possession winning and duel percentage in here, Elliot Anderson has been brilliant. Elliot Anderson has having a better season than Moses Caicedo in terms of carrying. He has a good season, possession win. After the defeat against Sunderland in the Stadium of Light and after that gesture shown by Enzo Fernandez and Marco Correa, it is very much evident that both of them are leaving the club. And right now, if we have to replace a player like Enzo Fernandez, who has been our best player this season apart from João Pedro, and who is a player who can control the tempo of the game, like control the midfield and can be a very good player in transition. From transition from defense to attack. And also with that, he is a kind of leader that every team wants. Like beside being an excellent player on the pitch, he can be a very good leader, like fighting for every single position and then fighting with all the other players and then talking with all referees. This kind of leadership is very much important, and this is what Enzo Fernandez brings to the game, and this is what Enzo Fernandez gives to a team. Because in order to replace Enzo Fernandez, we need a specific type of player. I mean, a player of his quality to replace him, and not very much player is available in the market to replace him. So in this video, we will be talking about all the current players who has been linked with Chelsea and the players who are not linked with Chelsea, but also you can say possess the same kind of category or profile as Enzo Fernandez. So make sure you watch this video till the end. I will be discussing every single thing in details. And if you are new to this channel and haven't subscribed this channel yet, just subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon, because we will be covering every single thing about Chelsea FC. And let's start. Now, before coming to the comparison and the players, let's understand how much important is Enzo Fernandez was for this Chelsea. Like this season, Enzo Fernandez, like if you see this thing, in the last 12 months, hardly he has played any bad matches. Means he has gone to an average 6.8, 6.7, but hardly anything below 6. And that shows his consistency. So just see this. Just after seeing this, you will be having an idea that he is having a bulk of a beast of a season. And every month 7.1.7, 7.1, 7.2, 7.3, 7.0, 7.5, 6.8. So this is the consistency what he brought this season to Chelsea FC. And if you see the heat maps, he has been occupying that left hand side, and mainly he played as an attacking midfielder from that left hand side, mainly as a number 10 mainly as a left sided number 10. And he has flourished like in 36 appearances. He has started 35 times, team of the week twice, minutes per game 87, and goals, my goodness, 10 goals as a midfielder from a number 10 position is insane. And scoring frequency, in every 5 matches he scored a goal in the Premier League. An expected goal 11.29. And in assist case, it means in assist, I think his number has fallen down in respect to the other season, because this season he has been involved more in the goal scoring region and more in scoring the goals. He has been busy in scoring the headers, taking the penalties, and which makes this passing part to depreciate. And in defending also, like this season, he hardly played any match in that number 6 position. So defending also in this season, we cannot say much about this. And now, if we compare this stat with the two players with which we are comparing, like I am guessing that Enzo Fernandez will be replaced by Elliot Anderson. Like I am guessing that Enzo Fernandez will be replaced by Elliot Anderson of Nottingham Forest, either of Elliot Anderson of Nottingham Forest or Adam Wharton of Crystal Palace. I hope between these two, anyone will arrive at Chelsea. And now see the difference in the heat map of these three players. This is the heat map of Enzo Fernandez, this is the heat map of Elliot, and this is the heat map of Adam Wharton. Like, if you compare the heat map of Enzo Fernandez with Elliot, you will find a similarity. Like, Enzo Fernandez has been occupying that left hand side of the Chelsea's attack. And if you compare this with Elliot Anderson, my god, what is this, man? I mean, what is this? Means he has covered every single fucking grass of a playground. My god. Wow, means wow, man. It is absolutely insane from Elliot. And if you now compare with this to like Adam Wharton, like he has been only limited in some like in some areas of the field. So if you mainly think that if we have to replace a player of Enzo Fernandez caliber, a player who can score goals, a player who can control the tempo of the game, I think Elliot, after seeing the heat map, you will be having a very good idea about the positioning of Elliot Anderson. He can play as a like a left-sided number 10, right-sided number 10, and also in the CDM region, in the scamp region, and also he can contribute in the defense by coming tracking back. So absolutely sensational player, and I think that if you see the age of these players, Enzo Fernandez 25, 23, just 23 years is the age of Elliot, and 22 is the age of Adam Wharton. But I do think after seeing the heat map, it is very much evident that Elliot Anderson has the all trait to replace Enzo Fernandez. But we have to see this also. Minutes per game here also, my goodness, in 38 appearances means he had played the entire season for Nottingham Forest. And do let me remind you that this season Nottingham Forest has not been that much good. I mean, yeah, they reached the Europa League semi-final, but in the Premier League they had been in that 15, 16, 17 position consistently. After that, maybe you can say after changing 4 to 5 managers, like I'm not recalling the who are them, like after Nuno Espirito Santos, maybe Ange Postecoglou, then followed by Sean Dyche. I don't know who is the current manager of Nottingham Forest, but it is evident that he had been in the team and he had played under every single manager and every single matches, which is an insane stat. And if you now compare the goals, expected goals, goals per game, shot off target and on target, big chance missed, here obviously Enzo Fernandez will have a more clear lead over these two players, because Enzo Fernandez has been given the freedom to play as a left-sided number 10, and which allowed him to score more goals. But if you see this passes region, where it is the most important, because under Xavi Alonso, we will be needed that passes. We will be needed that passing, and in this region, like it is obvious, like Enzo Fernandez has no clear lead, over these two players. And if you see these long balls and crosses, here is the dominance of Elliot Anderson. Like, see the long balls, like compared to this player, my goodness, 3.1 long balls per game, crosses sensational. And in the expected assist and big chance created, Adam Wharton is ahead of these two players. And now coming to defending, now it is a trait that Enzo Fernandez this season will be lacking, like this quality will be lacking, because he has given the freedom to play as a number 10. So in this region, but if you compare this with like the defending stat of Elliot Anderson with Adam Wharton, here also Anderson is having a clear edge over Adam Wharton. Like, what a hell of a player is Anderson. Just see this. Just see, after seeing these two stats, you will be having a clear idea how much important was Elliot for Nottingham Forest. And also in other the successive dribbles, ground duels, aerial duels. Here also you can see the dominance of Elliot. And after seeing this, it is very much clear that if we have to replace Enzo Fernandez, a leader, a player who can score goals, obviously, like if we compare the goal scoring of Enzo Fernandez with other two players, it will be like Enzo Fernandez will be far better than these two players. But if you see the overall, I think Elliot Anderson who has been called up by the English national team, by the way, and I think it justified the after having this hell of a season, he deserves to be there in the England national squad. And I have to see the World Cup matches and I have to see this player Elliot Anderson for the World Cup, because I am very much excited for this player. And now, if I compare the Enzo Fernandez with Elliot Anderson, like in a grid, like this is the grid, like the blue grid, or you can say the blue grid is for Enzo Fernandez, and the pinkish or reddish pinkish grid is for Elliot Anderson. Like if you see one thing, in forward pass percentage, forward passes and progression passes, this three category, both of them has been similar, like not much difference is there. But if you see this if you see these key passes and carrying, mainly key passes are those qualities or those categories in which the big chance created falls in that category. Also, you can say the expected assist and creativity, all this falls in these key passes categories. Means defense breaking passes and all those attacking wise, those passes which was given by Enzo Fernandez to all these players, means by a player to the attackers, this all falls in this key passes category. And talking about carrying, like this category of carrying means actually the transition, like when a player do a transition from, you can say, from defense to midfield to attack, it falls in that category. I mean, we call a term called transition in football. I think that fall in this category, and it is definitely that carrying of Enzo Fernandez is better than Elliot Anderson this season. And also the key passes, like if you see this area, key passes of Enzo Fernandez has been good, though in the passes region we do see that, like we have seen right now, that Elliot Adam Wharton is having a better season of passing than these two players. But if you compare Fernandez with Anderson, I think in key passes and carrying, Enzo Fernandez is having a good season, and he's having a little bit age, not very much age over Anderson, but he's still having an age. But the point is, if you see this point, duels won, the possession won and duel percentage, basically I'm saying these two category falls into that defensive category. I mean, falls into that defensive trait. Duels percentage means number of aerial duels, number of ground duels, number of recoveries, and all these qualities fall in this trait. And possession wins, I mean that you say from the trend, like recoveries, then recycling the ball, this falls in this category. And here you will see the difference. Just see, I'm not saying anything, just see the difference. Elliot, I am calling it Elliot Anderson is having a bulk of a season, of a hell of a season. And in this trade, I think Enzo Fernandez is lacking. Though the situation and you can say the position the coaches has offered to Enzo Fernandez was different, but still the possession winning and duel percentage in here, Elliot Anderson has been brilliant. Just see, you're finding the clear difference. And now if I compare here the name of Adam Wharton, like if I compare this to Adam Wharton, then 2025 season, you can see the yellow grid is for Adam Wharton. Here you can see that in key passes, Adam Wharton is ahead of these two, and mainly in the forward passes he has been limited. In the forward pass percentage also he has been limited. In the ground, like, and come to this portion, ground duels, like duels won and possession won, and the long passes, progressive passes, mainly this trait. In this trade, I think Adam Wharton is having an edge over Enzo Fernandez, but also in the forward passes, in the carrying region, he is not having a convincing stat. So if I have to say the best player to replace Enzo Fernandez, it is definitely has to be, you say, Elliot Anderson. And if I now mention about one player that I like to Like I like him to be a part of Chelsea. Like if I consider Fabian Ruiz, I know that he is a different type of player, and I have to consider the last season because he has been injured this season. And if I see the grid of Fabian Ruiz, you can see the last. Obviously, I am using the last year grid. Like this is the grid of, like, purple is the grid of Fabian Ruiz, and if you see in the key passes, forward passes percentage, carrying, and the progressive passes, he had a hell of a season last season. And here also one thing, like, I think Fabian Ruiz is the kind of player who can replace Enzo Fernandez, but he's also having that problem of Enzo Fernandez of not winning the possession and duels. And you can say that as Fabian Ruiz was playing with João Neves and Vitinha, he was not concerning about that, you say, about that defensive role. But Elliot Anderson this season has been doing every single thing. Like after seeing this grid, you can understand he has been doing every single fucking thing. And now, if I compare this to my favorite player, Vitinha, like it is not good to compare with Vitinha, but you can see, I think in Vitinha also is not a kind of player what Elliot Anderson is. Like obviously in the forward pass percentage and forward passes and carrying, he has been having a very good season, Vitinha. But in the possession winning and duels winning, I think in here Elliot and Anderson having no competition. Like if I compare the stat of Elliot Anderson with Moises Caicedo, it will be very interesting to see Moises Caicedo. If I compare this stat with Moises Caicedo, I have to see Moises Caicedo this season. Let's see this. This is the grid of Moises Caicedo, who has been our best player, especially at the first half of the season. Like if you see, Elliot Anderson has having a better season than Moises Caicedo in terms of carrying. He has a good season, possession win, duels. Okay, Moises Caicedo good, key passes, progressive passes. Means if you see overall, I think Elliot Anderson is the best player to replace anyone, like in the form of Enzo Fernandez this season. And if I now come to the lineup, like what lineup we could do if we have to include Elliot Anderson. Now, my point is that, wait, let me do this. My point is that if we are signing this player, like obviously Senesi, Lacrio, Barco is coming, and if we can sign Ildiz, then I think, and also Mike Menia, if we can sign this all players, I think we will be having a complete squad. And also I'm assuming that Marc Cucurella and Enzo Fernandez is leaving Chelsea, so I'm making this lineup, and I will be covering every single thing tactically in detail. So for that reason, please subscribe to this channel. It is your brother's channel. Come on, subscribe. So my take is that instead of playing Anderson in the number 10 position, if we can play him in his natural number 8 position, we can be having a very productive and fruitful season. We can see a fruitful and productive season of Elliot Anderson. And if we have this pairing of Anderson and Caicedo, wow man, it will be insane. Like in the defensive trade, we will be having a bulk. Like if we can sign Lacrio and Senesi, who have been linked with Chelsea, see in the defensive region, it could give us the everything, like every single thing we needed. And also Elliot Anderson is a player who can play from any region. Like we can use him here, we can use him here, we can use him here, and it would enable a player like Valentin Barco and Ildiz to be playing much abroad. Much abroad means much ahead, because Elliot Anderson will be coming here to help Colville, Senesi, and will be coming here, everywhere, everything. And also I'm including Ildiz because I think we are going for a striker, or you can include Krupi here, whatever it is. So we are getting we need a number 10 and the left-sided forward, obviously. So my take is that if we have to replace Enzo Fernandez with a player like Elliot Anderson and Adam Wharton, we have to replace with 2 players. I mean, for replacing Enzo Fernandez, we need an Ildiz and Anderson, or Krupi Anderson, or you can say Krupi Adam Wharton, like this. So that is where the difference comes. Like that is what Enzo Fernandez bring to the game. He was a combination of these 2 players. Obviously not in the defensive trade, but in the attacking trade. And to have an improved season and a better season under Xavi Alonso, we need these two players, obviously. And I don't know whether they will sign this two player or not, and I will be covering every single thing. But if we can manage to have this hell of a formation under Xavi Alonso, and if we can include Elliot Anderson in the number 6 position along with Moises Caicedo, and having Ildiz at the top, and Barco, Palmer, James, Pedro, or you can say Osimhen if he comes, then we will be having a brilliant season. Absolutely, like just see the structure, like just see what we can offer to the game. Let's just see what we can offer to the game, and it will be a brilliant formation. Now, you tell me in the comment section that in between Elliot Anderson and Adam Wharton, who is the perfect guy to replace Enzo Fernandez if he leaves Chelsea, which is also happening. I think Enzo Fernandez is leaving Chelsea. And so in the comment section, you tell me which player is ideal for replacing Enzo Fernandez. And obviously, he cannot be a replacement of a leader like Enzo Fernandez, but still, we have to talk about this. So tell me in the comment section who can be your replacement for Enzo Fernandez. And we'll see you in a next video, maybe a tactical or even a news related video. So for that reason, subscribe to this channel, Max Chelsea Talk, and we'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care and always keep the blue flag flying high.